All right, what we got here is the brand new Guardian round bale feeder from Arrowquip. Got it from my local rep up there, TNT Manufacturing. They are the Arrowquip dealer for the eastern part of North Dakota. And actually he travels well into Minnesota and everywhere else. He had this bale feeder sitting at Big Iron. I seen it, I said, that's not in the catalog. He goes, no, they just came out. So apparently Arrowquip does like a 3-year trial error study on their products before they put them out there. And yeah, I was like, I gotta have one of those. The cattle are pulling so much hay out of these feeders. They're laying it on the ground. The contact on the ground with the bale, there's just more waste almost than what they consume at times. With you get a bunch of cows pushing around there. Over a year, you got a lot of waste in there. But yeah, anyway, I said we got to try it. I got some butcher steers coming back here, or feeder steers. We run a small feeder program. We've gone from 4 to 6 to 8 to this year we got 12 coming in here. Just farm raised beef, and it's been fun, and it's fun to watch our own genetics grow in our lot and through our system. And we just been putting the pencil to paper, and those round bale feeders, you're paying for, I don't know, I want to say they're probably like $700 these days, right? For that thin metal, and it's not coated, and it's ground contact, all that stuff. Well, then you're throwing in, say, a $90 round bale into those feeders, and they're eating probably, I'd say 85% of it, but that other 15% is waste. And you do that over, 10 bales in a year. I mean, that little bit of money, I know it sounds dumb, but that's savings, right? And at the same time, you're also looking at your manure cleanup. So now you got this waste on the ground, you got to load that up and haul that out, and all that time and energy there. And then plus your longevity of your bale feeder. So the cool thing is, Arrowquip really stands by their products. This is powder coated. They're true heavy steel that they put on all their products. This is a solid bale feeder, and it's very heavy. This bale feeder suspends right here with these chains. The other really cool part is it's reversible. So say this ever starts to wear, right? You got this top bar here, this top layer. Say this starts to, or excuse me, it would be the bottom down there. Say that starts to wear out down the road. This you can flip around and you put on this end now. So you got a double-sided bale feeder. They're true heavy steel. This is 3-piece, bolts together, and then very easy to put together, very easy to set up. They're big, thick steel. You can see all the way around the inside there. Like I said, it's powder coated. This thing is going to outlast itself compared to those other ones. This has got a 3-year warranty on it. On top of that, I sometimes don't even get 3 years out of those thin ones, and that's for, say, $700. I mean, so you say you're buying a bale feeder every 3 years, you just paid for one of these. And I know this bale feeder, I will stand by it. It'll be fun to down the road to do another video on this thing. Not only do you have a 3-year warranty, but I bet this thing lasts at least 10. So think of how many of those you'd have to buy in the meantime, and the money you're going to be saving in hay and manure and cleanup. So in the long run, they pay for themselves. This is not a new product, really. Everyone has their version of these chain bale feeders, or these suspended bale feeders. They're awesome. That's why everybody's starting to say, hey, this is the way to go. Takes a little more steel, takes a little more maneuvering and everything, but you're going to save money. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be fun to see how this goes. And are you feeding a bale every 2 weeks now instead of every week? Are you seeing less waste? Are you seeing more? So all that is kind of what we're looking forward to. Like I said, we got that one with the horses, and that version we got 2 years ago, and we've cut our hay consumption in half for those 3 mares that we feed all winter long. So I knew right away when I seen this and they just came out with it that we got to get one of these. We got to see this in action. And I make hay for a living, so at the end of the day I was like, anytime you can save money on hay, and if I can feed less of my hay and sell more of it, right, we win. But yeah, anyway, this is going to be really cool to see in action, especially with these calves coming in here. They got the cow version, they got the calf version, and then they also make one for their horses. And this is going to be the cow version I got here, because that's all they had on hand. They're going to get a semi-load hopefully by the end of October in this neck of the woods. But yeah, like I said, if this works, and I know it will, I told my rep, I said I need probably about another 4 or 5 of these things, just because we're going to have them in our lots. The cattle are going to do a lot better, and in this country, in the springtime, it gets wet, it gets gross, it gets muddy. These lots are just a mess. So if I can keep my hay off the ground, if I can not have to move these round bale feeders so often, if I can keep them on a high ground and not have it look like a hay island as they pull the hay out and they're stomping it down so bad. If I can have something like this, it's going to save on the lots. It's going to save on my feed bill. It's going to save on cleanup in the spring. So I think it's going to be a real positive getting a couple of these things around now that Arrowquip just came out with these and getting to use them. Like I said, there's other versions out there. There's other products, but I've seen this Arrowquip stuff ever since my friends started selling it, and I like I said, they make one hell of a product. Big fan of their chute I got from them, and yeah, hopefully we'll be having another little Arrowquip revealing going on. I got a tub system coming here this fall, so that's how smart us cattle guys are, right? As soon as we get our calf check, we go buy more stuff for cattle that struggle to make money at years. So, but if you're gonna have them, you got to have nice stuff to work with them, right? It's nice if you got for any job the right tools. Otherwise, your job becomes a pain. It becomes a headache. You know, and working with cattle, it's not like working with any other coworker. They don't necessarily play nice all the time or flow with you, I should say. So you got to actually have stuff around that works and makes the job easier and more enjoyable. The big thing is you know, our stuff is starting to wear out, right? So the bale feeders is getting shot, and it's just time to upgrade some stuff. And nothing's cheap these days anymore. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, so it hurts anytime you got to spend money. Like I'm looking at this tub system, and it's like, well, what we're working with right now is older than, I want to say it's from the early 90s. And it's seen a lot of cattle, and it's been sitting on the ground all these years, and it's wore out, it's shot. So even my dad and I were just talking. He's like, yeah, it's time to do something here, because we can't no longer adjust it for the calves to go through. And so you always just leave it wide open for the cows, and you got calves turn around. And one of these days our push gate's going to slam back. So we're definitely going to be happy when we get this upgrade put in there. So I'll have to show you guys that once we get it set up in home and go through that. But yeah, anyway, just had to show this bale feeder off to you guys. Pretty excited about it. We'll keep you posted on how it's feeding, the cleanup. I'll get it loaded here. Look at this, and then yeah, we'll go from there. We come on, we'll be taking some shots and frames and everything, showing you kind of how the progression's going down of them eating it. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me show you this Arrowquip Guardian round bale feeder. By the way, I am not getting paid for any of this or was set up to do this. I'm just really a big fan, being honest. I'm not brand loyal either. Like I said, I ain't getting paid to do any of this. I'm just a big fan of this stuff. It's one of those things, you know. I run a Massey Ferguson cutter and a Massey Ferguson small bale, square baler, 1840 inline. I got a John Deere round bale. I got a Vermeer rake. You know, we got a Case tractor. I got a John Deere tractor. That's not it. It's not brand loyalty in that sense. I just like things that work. I like things that hold up. I like things that do their job right. And that's been the case with all this Arrowquip stuff. You know, from the cattle chute to now, let's see what this bale feeder does. And we're getting a tub system put in here because ours is shot. So like I said, this stuff isn't, I'm not getting told to do this. I'm not getting, you know, anybody's doing anything like that. It's just paying me or anything. I'm just a fan. And I'm a fan of saving money. I mean, honestly, if you got to spend a little to make some, you know, that's kind of the case of life, right? You got to spend money to make money. Well, that's, here we are, right? I got to buy this bale feeder, and yeah, there's always going to be a price tag behind it. I don't know what they're going to sell these for down the road. Like I said, I got the only one around here, and it was a big iron special at the farm show. But at the end of the day, if I can have less waste, save money on my hay and better consumption, and less of a footprint in my lots, yeah, I'm definitely saving money in the long run. It's going to pay for itself. So I'm excited about that. And the longevity of the product is really what I'm seeing. Like I said, I love this double flip around, right? eventually that bottom ring is gonna go rusty. It is, no matter how good a metal you got, whatever it is. They can powder coat it all they want. They can keep, you know, eventually it will. No lie. But just how tough this is and how it's made, these cattle aren't going to be bending and pushing on this and breaking it like they do those flimsy little brown metal ones. The other thing, like I said, you flip it around. When that's done, you flip this thing upside down and you put these bars in these holes, and now you have a second life on the same bale feeder. I would be willing to bet I can get 10 years out of this bale feeder where I'm doing maybe 5 on those other ones. I'm willing to stand by that. Just already seeing what they make and how they make stuff. So that's the exciting part. You know, upfront cost, yeah. Long-term savings, beautiful. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you listening to me ramble on about bale feeders and hay and watching these dogs play on the bales. But yeah, like I said, if you're looking to buy cattle equipment, you know, there's Foremost, there's Prefert, there's Real Tough, I think Real Industries and Real Manufacturing and Real Tough, I think they're all one now. Don't quote me on that. There's a lot of reality in the cattle business, right? Everything's gotta be real. But yeah, anyway, that might be one outfit now, and then you got, like I said, Prefert and Foremost, and I'm sure I'm missing some out there. But anyway, everybody's got their own versions and cuts of stuff. But Arrowquip's one of those ones that I honestly just sit there and go, no, that they figured it out, right? The Canadians always make things just a little bit tougher and more rugged. I'll give them that. So it's pretty cool to be able to have a rep close by me and be able to get some of this stuff in right off the truck and be able to use it right off the bat and honestly make this job smoother, easier, a little more enjoyable, right? You know, when you're working with when you're running a bunch of cattle and calves through a chute that's just flawless, like that 87 I got, that's made working cattle just a dream. So that's why I said we got to get the new tub system behind it. That thing is shot. And then again, now with these bale feeders they came out with, I was like, I gotta have that, right? You know, like I said, you're in the hay business, you gotta have something that's going to be saving your product, so you can, if I can save some and sell more, that's the win too. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, and thanks for letting me ramble on about bale feeders. All right, it's really entertaining. We'll catch you all later. Take care.